Good game that, weren't it? Well, it were from our point of view. I was mumping on the night, weren't I, saying, oh, nobody takes it seriously anymore and it's loads of changes, but to be fair to Wednesday squad, the competition for places is that good that 11 we put out tonight, you wouldn't have been too upset if that were first 11 a lot of weeks. In fact, we'll just have a quick look at that first 11. Tonight's first 11. Unsurprisingly, Wednesday made a lot of changes against Sunderland. Dawson started in goal as expected. Dominic Iorfa came back into the back three. Good idea that, I think, boosts his confidence after, let's be honest, a bit of a nightmare against Portsmouth. Hennigan continued at the heart of the defence. And a little bit of a surprise, Reece James came in for his first start on the left-hand side of the three. Obviously being brought in as a left-back primarily, but Darren Moore did say when we signed he got that utility skill about him, so another position for him to add to his list. In midfield, 3 changes. Byers, Adeniran and Backinson came in for Volks, Bannon and Delabashiro. On the left hand side, Jayden Brown came in, his first start since the Hartlepool game last season. Up front, Callum Patterson started with Lee Gregory. I know there was a bit of talk about maybe not starting Gregory. I mean, it's easy after the event. But he had missed the MK Dons game. He'd not got in an injury before that, so it probably made sense to give him a run out to sharpen up a bit. Backfired slightly on us. So 3-5-2 against 3-5-2. Sunderland also made some changes, but there was still a lot of quality in that team. A lot of players who played against us in playoff last season. Positive start from Wednesday. On the front foot, Winchester gets booked after about 5 minutes for a blatant body check, and mild mate on irons in there with trying to dead leg with his knee. But it would a good start, and it would a decent game because nobody would expecting it, were they? It could have been a bit of a dead rubber, but a very positive start from Wednesday. I was really impressed with Wednesday's midfield shape. That central three of Backinson, Byers and Adeniran. Come on to that. I thought they held the shape really well. There were times when Adeniran was sort of in that Bannon position and floating about, but what I noticed is he was dropping back and almost making a flat three when we're defending. If there was a quick ball out from their keeper, we were pressing almost as a three, Patterson, Adeniran, Gregory, like we've been doing with Bannon. But if they were a bit more slow about it, he'd drop back and he'd just get into a nice flat three, and there was a real nice flow. There was a real fluidity to the way that Wednesday's central midfield three played today. Not just with the way that they used the ball, but the way they moved off the ball as well. There was a great flow to it. I was really, really impressed with that. Probably more than the result, to be honest with you, because it's little things like that I'm always looking for in football, and there was a really nice flow in that midfield. The spark of it, of course, was Menace. 16 minutes, it's an absolutely fantastic goal. Again, Wednesday pressing on the front foot. Looks like he's going to spank it with his right foot. Chops back out, and he absolutely creams that. That's one of them. That's one of them tee shots when you know as soon as you swing. I'm saying that I've never hit a good tee shot, but anyway, it's a right spanker, a great start for Wednesday. There's a real energy about Wednesday. To say this is a first round cup game that supposedly nobody's bothered about. Gregory races back at one bit, probably 60 yards into his own half, wins a fantastic slide tackle that any fullback would have been proud of. Wednesday break at pace, Palmer gets away down the right, there's a clear foul on him, but Wednesday get him from back to front very quickly, and I really enjoyed seeing that. Good chance, 35 minutes, Patterson does brilliantly to lever his man out of way and ends up with a free kick against him, and it's one of them, he does foul a lot, big Pato, but sometimes I think refs they get the wrong way just because of his size. You know, we used to happen a lot with Newey that actually, but yeah, he went away. They got a lad, Diamond, always wanted ball, didn't always get ball, but more than anything, look, he got a little tash, do you know what I mean? It reminded me of like one of them 1940s detectives, you know, Diamond of the yard. Little grubber. Yeah. Nice to see that look making a bit of a comeback, actually. Diamond Jack. There's a TV series. Yeah. Byers is moving the ball really well. Backinson's coming for his first start, and I did a video about Backinson when he signed, because there were one or two people, obviously he's played a deeper role for Bristol City, and people saying, oh, he's going to come in and play that defensive midfield role. I did a video, I'll put it up here, when I said I was pretty convinced that Darren Moore was going to try and convert him into a central midfield ball player. And from that first look of him tonight, I think that is what they're going to do with him. Put a little star next to my name there. Well done. The real star of the show was Dennis Adeniran, though. He's been out, he was in training last Friday. He's had a bit of a knee strain. We saw him training, we saw the footage with that strapped up. So I was a bit 50-50 about, would they risk him tonight? Well, he looks 100% fit. What an absolute show. First there's the goal, the energy that he showed tonight. He's getting up and down, box to box, winning tackles. That was another thing I enjoyed about Wednesday's midfield today. They were all getting up and down. Like I said, there was a lovely flow and balance with those three. And the second half, I mean, Matete wipes him out because he's done him. He's had a really good game, Dennis. But the strength and drive for the second goal, to get past his man with that burst, so quick over 10 yards. That doesn't say how much, does it? 100 metres, 200 metres, they're your glory sprints, aren't they? But he's so quick over 10-15 yards. Gets past his man, head up, and an absolutely fantastic cross into the box. And so, who'd come on as a substitute for Gregory, who'd looked like he'd tweaked his hamstring. I don't think they'll be too worried about that. I think it's precautionary, but it's a really good finish from Sol, because it comes down and it's just bounced, it's just way back up, and if you don't get them right, Colin West, know what I mean? So really good finish, guided home, and Wednesday looking really comfortable. And the exciting thing for me was we look comfortable with and without the ball. Ekwe came on for Hennigan. I thought he looked really good. Again, that's 2 good games on the spin from him. He's not the biggest, I'd say he's only 6'1", wins a lot of headers, but a couple of fantastic tackles. And he's also got that awareness. A couple of times tonight, he's just stepped and caught him offside. I think he's going to be a really good player over the season for us once he's got that full momentum going. Reece James. Well, when we signed him, he supposedly was a left back come left wing back, and then I listened to the radio and Doncaster fans saying, well, we've seen him play for Donny in a number 10 role, and Darren Moore tended to move him wherever he were needed. Well, today he started at left centre back, and I've got to tell you, really composed. I mean, Sunderland weren't great. I've got to say that compared to the games we played against them last season, but they've still got a lot of quality on the park. But there's a real composure to James. I really like him. He just plays with his head up. He's got a lovely left foot, and nothing's any fuss. I mean, there's one bit he's come back, last man, made a fantastic slide tackle, but he just does it in a really efficient, sort of business-like manner. And he seems to have got that temperament, that calm, cool temperament, and I like that. And you know, I wouldn't be afraid if he played that position again for us. I really wouldn't. I'm really impressed with him. And with Firmino out, well, maybe we could do with another left-sided centre half. Yeah, a comfortable run for Wednesday, and it will really have given Darren Moore an headache. This a good headache though. I mean, look at the form Deli Bashir who's in. Look at Dennis Adeniran tonight. I thought George Byers had a really good game tonight. I thought he used the ball really well, but as you all know, I'm a huge fan of two-touch George anyway. I thought Backinson came in that more advanced role that I thought he might be. I thought he looked good. We've got Volks in there and obviously Bannon. The competition in that midfield. I tell you what, you don't have a bad game or you could be out. Fantastic for us though. I mean, when you've got players who can step in, and get at it like that. Fantastic. And that competition's raised the bar, hasn't it? I know a few weeks ago there were one or two people saying, well, why do you need 5 or 6 midfielders? So that if somebody is out, somebody else can come in and do a job of equal or better quality and standing. And we've seen that tonight at Darren. Absolutely fantastic. He started really well last season and then he got that unfortunate injury, but I do remember them early games. He was showing the glimpses of why Everton paid all that money for him when he was a kid. And I think that Dennis the Menace nickname will be back with a bang this season. My mate would at it again, all iron. And I mean, game's dead and buried, and it. He goes in and puts knee in somebody's back. He's a knob, innit? Selection headache for Saturday for Darren Moore, but what a great one to have. I mean, the players have really stepped up play. The competition in there is fantastic. Be interesting to see what the news is with Gregory. He was holding his hamstring. I know Darren Moore's going to take a load of shit for it and say why risk him, but I do think this situation is different, for example, from when Monk played Fletcher the other year in a cup game and he came off injured. I mean, the difference being Fletcher was already injured, he was just on the comeback trail after being out with an injury. Gregory's fully fit. I don't think starting him tonight and giving him a chance to get a goal maybe really was too bad an idea. It's just bad luck. And as I said, he walked off, that's a positive. It might just be a little tweak, he might be alright. Another thing I saw tonight, our midfield moving as a column, which I haven't really seen so far this season. It's 1 o'clock, I've got to be up for work at 5:30. Right, I'm going to do another video, either in between now and the preview for next match, or I might stick it at the beginning of preview for next match, about that column tonight moving in midfield. I really like that. But until then, enjoy the win. You see, these Mickey Mouse Cup competitions, they can throw out some really great results, aren't they? Great goals like that. Entertainment without the pressure of the league. Thought it was a great game tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great goal. And it's really buoyed me because I'm looking at them performances and thinking, yeah, any one of these lads can step into that first team and do a job. And that's what you want. Anyway, I'll see you Friday for review. And maybe a little bit of something in between. And don't forget to subscribe. Yes, subscribe. Ding the little bell. Then you'll get a little red ding when I put a video on. Join the club. Get involved in debate and all. Next round at Cup.